Hello, back again with another review video, and today's video will be over the DC Multiverse King Shazam figure. And just like every other video, I will go over the box, once again with the 12 plus logo at the top right, and then the 22 moving parts, which can be seen here at the top. Then on the side, you got King Shazam in bold letters with the showing that he's from the Infected, whatever that is. Once again, I can't keep up to date with everything. And then here's the back, just a shot of the figure, which will be on the card with the electric strikes, since he is Shazam, so it makes sense. However, it would be cool if it was more of a like animation type card, so that would have been much cooler and to make him really pop out, because this looks kind of bland in my opinion. Just kind of looks like they just threw the figure on there, threw some electricity in the background, and called it a day. But you got King Shazam, the Infected, at the top once again. And here you got the other figures that are in this wave or line, which are the Flash, Hot Pursuit, Batman, looks like Heavy Metal, Aquaman, Darkseid, and Wonder Woman, which is, I think, McFarlane's, version of her, I think. Don't quote me on that. And then here on the other side, you got King Shazam once again with DC Multiverse at the top. And then, as every other box for the most part, you can see through the top view, and then obviously on the front view, the nice figure is shown. So with that being said, let's get into the unboxing and showing what this figure all has to offer. Let's just start with the boring stuff as usual. You get a DC stand with the one peg for the foot. And then start with this, since usually I read off the card. So this is the first figure I've done in which extra hands are actually supplied, even though honestly it kind of doesn't make sense considering the fact that there's like no hand attachments. So honestly, I may replace the hands with the fists, because the ones that are with the figure are open hands. And yeah, that just does not make sense to me, considering there's no other attachments or even like electric stuff to go along with him. So I guess there's that. But here's the same design on the back of the box as there is on the card. And to read up on him, just like every other figure, King Shazam, the Infected, real name is Billy Batson. As we all know, Shazam is Billy Batson, but obviously this is the Infected version. And with the defeat of his twisted Dark Knights, the Batman Who Laughs sought to create a new team by infecting 6 heroes with the same strain of the Joker venom that transformed him. Among those chosen for his evil army was Billy Batson, the wielder of the power of Shazam. After infection, Shazam donned the name King Shazam and was tasked with infecting Superman and bringing him to their side. So that's how it all went, and that's how it's Shazam, King Shazam, the Infected. Now, let's move on to the most interesting part, which is the figure. So, overall, I would say pretty good detailing. This definitely, you can tell, is like a fur coat or something of that nature. Not super sharp, which is good, or else I'll be stabbing my fingers and it would be bleeding all over the screen right now. So that's pretty good that it's not sharp, but it's nice and soft, but also has that spiky texture. And I actually like how the cape's done. A bunch of that texture as well show that it's weathered and torn, especially here at the bottom. Let's say it is a pain to get the capes out of the package, considering he has that little slot cut in the plastic and you got to squeeze it through without taking the chance you're ripping or tearing the cape. But there's that. Really like the cape overall in general. I think it really adds to it, and also it's more flimsy. It's not like super thick plastic, so that helps with kind of adjusting it a little bit, like right there, kind of pushed in, although eventually it would go back. But that just shows how like thin and flexible the material is. Now, the texture and then the legs also is great. Then right here, you can tell the boots aren't the best, but that's probably just the molding in general. Then yeah, this part on the front is pretty nice as well. And just like every other figure, let's go over the posability, or just being able to move the head, arms, legs, etc. So at the head, you can see right here, kind of get movement. I don't want to push it because of this cloth right here. Well, not cloth, but the hood piece. So I'd say the head is a little decent. I wouldn't really say it's probably the best to do 360 unless you really want to wear it down. Now moving on to the arms. Okay, looks like, oh, there it goes. It's kind of tight. You can move it back, the armor adjust, or at least this part adjust. But this little belt piece will start getting in the way, or at least a little chest spot. So it is movable, but there is the cape and the little armor, I guess you can call it, and this strap for his chest that gets in the way. Then moving on to the arms, is able to move his arms that much. Don't want to push it. All right. And then his hand can do 360 as seen. Can it go up and down? It's the question. Doesn't really seem like it wants to go up. And don't want to push it. Looks like it can go down. But wouldn't say the best. Seems like it kind of really wants to just stay there. And once again, I don't want to break the hands, especially in this case. Yeah, there's that. Torso. See those gaps right there. Starts doing that. Can he move and rotate? Not much. It's definitely pushing it, I would say. Then the legs, can he do the splits? Yes, he can for the most part. There you go. Put the legs back in the place. What about his knees? Or his leg in general, I guess. Can bend this much. Then with the foot, once again, it's a little tough, but it looks like it can do 360, no doubt. The foot can go up that much. Can also go down just that much. And then the toe can go up this much. There we go. I was about to say, there's no way it barely goes up like that. But yeah, in general, there he is. This is what the back looks like. Definitely a lot of gaps from the chest and torso part. But yeah, I'd say overall the detail is pretty nice. Posability may not be the best just because of everything that's in the way, but it's good to see that there is a lot of detail. So, I mean, sometimes you guys sacrifice the detail for flexibility and posability in general. But overall, I'd say it's pretty good for what it is. Now, with that being said, give me some time to pose him and then make the hand changes if I feel like it's necessary, although I'll probably just keep it the way it is. But yeah, that being said, yeah, pretty good detail, but let me pose it and come right back. This guy definitely should have came with a flight stand. So, as we all know, Shazam is just like Superman for the most part. He's always flying. He's rarely on the ground fighting. In hand-to-hand combat, he's usually up in the air. So that being said, especially considering the fact that the card art obviously is him flying and not on the ground, it really shows that he should have came with a flight stand. So that's honestly a deduction in itself. And then also, as we saw, the hands in general, it's almost like, why include them, or it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather replace these two hands for a flight stand at the end of the day. Get rid of the standing, I guess, stand. But yeah, I feel like that would have really been beneficial for this character. And then also, yeah, there's not much posability you can do with him in general, and kind of negates all the cool poses you could potentially do with this figure because there is no flight stand at the end of the day. So, although this is a really great detailed figure, the posability may not be the best, but honestly, it's a sacrifice because of all the detail. But the flight stand was super needed, and I feel like the hands are kind of pointless. So if I were to grade this figure, I'd say he's probably a... Well, I really like the detail, but the flight stand, the extra hands kind of, I feel like, kill it. But I feel like that can't be super bad. So I'd say probably an 8.4 out of 10 by ranking him, because I feel like could have been better because of the flight stand. And I feel like plastic was wasted with the regular stand in general. So the full potential was not unlocked with this figure. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'd say he's an 8.4 out of 10. I got him for a discount at about, I think it was $8 or $11, something like that. So very worth it in my eyes. But yeah, in the future, I may invest in a flight stand that can actually hold him, so he won't just be standing and doing this pose, because yeah, there's not much I could do in general. So that being said, I'll do a 360 using my turntable, in which I have not used in the other videos because it was low on battery, but give a 360 view of the figure. And then with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe to watch the rest of my reviews and other videos on the channel. Thank you.